Hey there everybody, it's your old pal Kate Jill with a special announcement for everybody. It's October again, and y'all know what that means. Yes, Halloween is traditionally what October means, and I'm really excited about it, but it's not what I'm excited to tell you today. It's October, which can only mean... yes, the New York City Comic-Con is coming up. I'm super excited for that. I will be hosting a panel on Saturday with the rest of the weekly pull, and we'll be doing meetups that entire weekend. If you're in the area, you should most definitely show up to it. But no, what I'm excited to tell you about is... I don't even know what the hell that is. It's cute, though. No, what I wanted to say is that because it's October, the comic schedule is starting to get crazy. DC Rebirth is going strong. Marvel is coming out with a bunch of brand new Marvel Now post-Civil War titles. There's so much going on, I'm afraid I might not be able to get to it all. And because of that, I'm bringing out of Mothballs a show that I used to do when the Cape Joel channel first started. I haven't done it in a bit, but I think it's a good time for it to come back. That show is, of course, The Rack Attack, a show where I stop, look, evaluate, and listen all the books that I might have missed during the week. And I know I missed a couple books last week, what with a bunch of Civil War II stuff ending, so I wanted to be sure to give it at least some time on the channel. For those who don't remember The Rack Attack, it's basically a lightning round type of show where I talk about what I liked about the books from the week, what I didn't, and I do it all in record time, super fast, boom, 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 in and out. And I guess with that out of the way, we can jump and get into the first new episode of October. And if people like it, I will try and make this a regular thing. So let's get to it, shall we?
Alrighty then, first up we're going to be taking a closer look at Harley Quinn issue number 4. This issue mostly was a fallout issue dealing with the whole tainted alien meat zombie crisis of the first arc, and wow, I can't believe those are a bunch of words I got to string together and still have it be coherent. But really, that's just how the issue starts. I mean, is it any surprise that a comic that deals with such a chaotic and anarchistic character as Harley Quinn would have a hard time paying attention to one story at a time? Because it's not too long until we're whisked away on some manner of globe-trotting adventure. You see, apparently there's been a telemarketing scam targeting elderly people in Coney Island, and Harley, backed up by Bolly Quinn of the Gang of Harleys, just cannot stand for that, so they take a little trip to India. It's a good idea in my mind to get Harley Quinn out of her New York element every so often and see how she plays against a different sort of colorful backdrop, and India is most definitely a colorful backdrop, especially with Amanda Connor's art. And hey, do you love fights with giant robots? Because if you pick up Harley Quinn number 4, you're totally going to get a fight with a giant robot. Overall, I would recommend this one. Second up this week on the Rack Attack, we have the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers number 7, and it really hurt me that I couldn't devote an entire video to this comic, but hey, that's just the way the Morphin cookie crumbles sometimes. Kyle Higgins does a really excellent job writing the Rangers at their absolute lowest. Billy has been broken off from the rest of the team and taken hostage in the dark dimension where he hangs out with a rather melancholy Goldar, who I should mention is there by choice, not because anyone is making him go there. Rita has already basically moved on into the command center making repairs by, get this, burning putties alive. I mean, it makes sense, they're just clay. I was always a big fan of near the end of Power Rangers seasons when you would get to see stuff like this, and it's cool for Higgins to kind of bring that feeling into the comics. And if that's not enough, this comic actually goes out of its way to answer a question Power Rangers fans have had for a long time, and that is, hey, would the Dragon Zord work in space? The answer is yes, yes it would. Furthermore to that, the Black Dragon continues to serve as a great original villain and foil to Tommy and the rest of the Rangers team. I would highly recommend you pick up this one if you've been enjoying this book so far. Third on the Rack Attack this week, we have Power Man and Iron Fist issue number 8. Hey, did you know Luke Cage got a Netflix series? Because he totally got a Netflix series. It's pretty fitting then that this issue pretty much entirely retells the origin of Luke Cage and the time he spent in prison. Only for writer David Walker to go the extra mile and flip this familiar story on its head by telling a tale about Danny Rand, Luke's best friend, now in jail for a crime he didn't commit. I've said it before and I'll say it again, Power Man and Iron Fist is probably one of my favorite books being written at Marvel right now, and this arc right here is a good reason as to why. This is a book that can tackle some very mature, very important subject matters like the flaws in the American legal system, while, you know, also delivering a cool, interesting superhero tale. And yes, it is still still a Civil War II tie-in, but I would argue this is one of the better ones. In fact, Luke with his back against the wall gives us some really great cameo appearances this issue from other superheroes he's worked with. Another comic from last week that I would most definitely recommend, especially if you've just gotten into Luke Cage and you want some good stories, definitely pick up this current ongoing right now. From there, we transition on over to the astonishing Ant-Man issue number 12, the penultimate issue in Nick Spencer's epic Ant-Man saga. Scott Lang is facing down a trial and everything he's built so far is on the line. The only person who can help him is Jen Walters, the She-Hulk. Of course, even if the She-Hulk manages to paint the most heroic picture of Scott Lang humanly possible, it's still going to be an uphill battle because, well, Scott is Scott and he has a nasty habit of making things way more complicated. Like, for one, the fact that the lawyer who is trying to put him in jail just so happens to be the Beetle as well as the daughter of Tombstone, a character who Spencer previously built up in the pages of Superior Spider-Man and who now is paying off huge dividends in this story. And if that's not enough to excite you and rope you in, then there's still the matter of Darren Cross, Scott's arch nemesis who seeks to destroy Ant-Man by recruiting Egghead, a Hank Pym Ant-Man villain. What's their ultimate play to destroy their foe? Well, introducing the movie version of the Yellow Jacket costume, of course. Nick Spencer's Ant-Man, in my mind, will undoubtedly go down in history as one of the best Ant-Man runs of all time, so you should most definitely catch the fever now before it's over. And the penultimate book that we're going to be looking at the Rack Attack for this week is The Punisher, issue number 5. This issue was the big, bloody, action-packed climax issue for this first opening arc. Frank's quest to destroy the Condor drug operation takes him to a derelict insane asylum where he is forced to team up with the Lady DA agent who's been tracking him this whole time. Together, they must fight their way past a horde of drugged-up super crazies. It's violent, ugly, fast-paced, frenetic, and pretty much everything I could ask for in a Punisher story. Cloonan is killing it on this one so far, and I can't wait to see what she does next, especially considering that the next issue is supposedly going to slow things down a bit with a flashback story wherein we get to see what Frank's personal connection was to Olaf, the guy running security for Condor. If you're a Punisher fan, I don't need to tell you you should be reading this because I know you're probably already reading this. And lastly on the docket for this week's Rack Attack, covering the comics that I missed last week, we have Uncanny X-Men issue number 13. This comic continues the tale of Magneto's X-Men having to join forces with the Hellfire Club to combat the threat of the Someday Corporation. Why was this company psychically manipulating the mutants under their care to fight other mutants? Well, you find out here. This was definitely more of a Psylocke-heavy issue as she continues to question Magneto as a leader and whether or not he has the best interests of the team in mind. Again, I kinda can't help but roll my eyes even when I say that. No, really, Magneto might not be trustworthy, you don't say. Another thing that's becoming readily apparent to me as I continue to read Bunn's X-Men run, the dude has a real boner for Scott Lobdell creations. First he brings in Monet, then her brother, and now in this issue we get to see Exodus. Yeah, freaking Exodus. Ain't that a shot of 90s X-Men for ya? I guess this is the point where I either recommend the book or don't, and really I'm having a hard time recommending any of the X-Men books recently, even if I feel Uncanny is the strongest of the bunch. But hey, we're gonna have to wait for this story to wrap up because up next it's Death of X, so yeah, you can probably skip this one if you like. Well, and there you have it everyone, an all new episode of the Rack Attack on the books. I hope you enjoyed the shorter, more concise, more lightning round takes on comics. Maybe I'll do some more of these in the future. Until then, I will see you all next time. Hey everyone, thanks so much for watching my newest video. I hope you enjoyed it, and while you're here, why not check out another video I have on offer, or maybe if you're feeling in a supportive mood, you want to like or subscribe. And if you want to support the creation of more videos just like this one, then please by all means check out the Kate Joel Patreon. A little bit goes a very long way, and I will see you all next time.